I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze the peel, it comes in. Squeeze banana.
However, in general, I don't play indie games, right? I just don't. And in the case of Signalus, this is a game that I'm playing right now that is a throwback survival horror game. The graphics are outdated on purpose. The controls are retro on purpose. The game mechanics, there's a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of inventory management. There's a lot of cryptic puzzles. The gameplay where, you can't really kill any of the enemies permanently, or if you do, it's very limited. It's all done to play like an old school homage to those classic survival horror games like Resident Evil 1 and 2 or the original Silent Hill games. That's what it's going for, okay? I think it does do a good job of that, and I strongly enjoyed the game until last night when, I guess yesterday afternoon, when the game took away my map. And that actually pissed me off, because taking away my map is just adding frustration to the game. It doesn't make it any harder. It just makes it more frustrating for the gamer.
I'm crying like a little baby bitch.
Especially someone like me. I'm a content creator trying to beat the game in a certain length of time because I have other games I need to get to, and all they're doing is extending the length of the playthrough by making it annoying, not challenging. Okay? But that being said, in regards to Signalus, it started off strong. Like, you guys wanted me to play, and we're going to talk about this. It's going to be a segment. But, you guys really wanted me to play it. I started, and within 2 streams, people just lost interest completely. People stopped showing up, stopped engaging. Like they're not even talking to me when I'm playing the game anymore, and definitely stopped supporting. Yesterday's Signalus stream, outside of the fact that there was a member bomb on the Level 1 podcast, which I now consider almost a separate show.
Sick motherfucker.
From the gameplay portion of my first stream. And besides the fact that I got my daily contribution from 1 Minute Man, who's here pretty much every day to contribute, I made $2 on the Signalus stream yesterday. You understand? $2. 2 people said, here, I'll toss you $1, and it wasn't even related to the game. It was just, hey, I'm just here. Here's $1. You see? The funny part is, I didn't even know what Signalus was. You guys told me about it, and you guys voted for it. It's Tevin's fault. So, if anything, now what you're seeing is a situation where you understand why usually I don't play indie games.
It's all about money.
The situation I'm in here is, I'm now committed to playing Signalus because I've now played it, for over 8 hours. I think I'm 8 hours in now, correct? Yeah, I'm 8 hours into the game. Well, the videos on YouTube aren't getting any views. And just to give you some perspective, yesterday Signalus was my main gameplay stream. Those videos have been live since roughly 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday. One of them has 175 views. One of them has 200 views. One of them does have 300 views, but the reason it has 300 views is because it was the last video, and always the last video I upload in this segment gets a boost of views. No one's watching this playthrough. No one's showing up for the streams of the playthrough, and no one's supporting the playthrough. People don't care about Signalus, all right? Sad. Why? I like the game. I overall do like the game. I understand what they're going for. I think it resonates and hits the right notes if you're a fan of the old school retro, survival horror formula. It's not a bad game. It's just that basically, I don't think anyone who watches my content were looking for this. They much rather would have preferred if I had played something that they were familiar with. For example, Resident Evil 0, which is the game that I pitted it against in a poll and would have preferred to play. All right, just being honest, I know Resident Evil 0. I've played it before. I know you guys probably would have liked it. I mean, we just did Resident Evil 1 Remake, and you guys loved it. That playthrough did stupendous. It got good views. It got good support. Everyone loved it.
Because it's all about money, fucking money now, right? It's not about actually putting out a valid review or quality gameplay stream or product.
I don't know. However, I did get a comment overnight that I have to laugh at. I love comments like this because they are so hilarious. I actually got a comment on my daily wrap last night. Because remember, on the daily wrap, I had just come off of the end of the day, and I explained to everyone for the first time that Signalus isn't doing well. And, of course, all the haters, which I knew they would, piled on the video. They downvoted it, and they fucking clipped it and said, oh, look, Phil's being negative. I'm fucking idiots. Because me being honest is me being negative. I have to sugarcoat everything and always be 100% positive, or else somehow I'm being toxic and negative, even though it means honesty. Like, in real life, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have great waves of positivity, and you're going to have some days that aren't so good. Yesterday was kind of a mix for me because we hit the members goal. which is amazing, outstanding positivity. But then I found out the Signalus playthrough is basically failing and no one really likes it. That's a disappointment. So I want to, talk about that. I'm not going to say, oh, let's just talk about the positive, ignore this big red flag thing, this elephant in the room over here. No, I'm going to talk about both. But to them, the moment that you're negative about anything, oh my God, how dare you, right?
Then, of course, he says, yeah, but the negative people, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the negative people. There will always be negative people. Who fucking cares? There will always be people who are going to be shitting on me. I'm so done caring about them at this point. Seriously, I'm so over it. You know what I mean? I'm completely over it. I don't give a shit anymore about any of that stuff.
Anyway, that being said, in the video last night I talked about it, and basically at this point in the game, I think we're definitely going to finish it. By the way, I just want to let you guys know I'm not dropping it or anything. I'm not dropping Signalus. We're far enough into it. We're absolutely going to finish it. Okay, but I got a comment on the video. It's hilarious. Once again, DSP blames the game instead of the way he's playing it. Also, don't wage quit this game again like you do with so many other games. There must be a pocket universe. This is my theory. Now bear with me. I do believe there's a pocket universe next to ours. Okay? And in this pocket universe, these comments maybe stand true. Because the thing is, these comments happen all the time. They're common comments on my content. And I read them, I'm like, let's analyze this piece by piece. The reason people don't like the Signalus playthrough is the way I'm playing the game.
You. Yes, you.
So I'm reading this like, how exactly is my gameplay style, the way I'm playing the game? How is that the reason that people don't like the playthrough? The thing is, when people say shit like this, all they do is they parrot that same comment. They never explain, because there is nothing to explain. It's a frivolous fart in the wind style comment, throw negativity towards you, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just negativity. There's no substantiation for what this person is saying. How can you explain it's my gameplay style or commentary style or both that's making this game not fun to watch? I'm doing it literally exactly the same as I just did Resident Evil 1 Remake, and there was a consensus that was a great playthrough. So how is it any different? What is the distinct difference between Resident Evil 1 Remake and Signalus? Well, Resident Evil 1 Remake is a mainstream AAA franchise. Everyone knows it, name recognition. People know the game, played it before, looking for their favorite parts, and are excited to see those happen in my playthrough. Signalus is a lesser known, no name recognition, no hype behind it, lesser graphics, lesser known, don't know much about it style game. So therefore, it's kind of a chance that people don't really know what it is, right? That's the difference. That's the actual direct difference. No, shut the fuck up. And then the other thing that's hilarious to me, this whole notion of rage quitting or wage quitting. Because originally they all used to say I rage quit games. And then a couple years ago, I held their balls over the fire and I said, no, I don't. How often do I rage quit? How often do you see me standing here with a controller in my hand and I'm like, I can't stand this game. It's making me crazy. I hate it. And I slam it and I stop playing. How often does that happen? Almost never. And even the times that people accused me of rage quitting were lies. Usually it was I was at the end of my stream and I was ending anyway. And then I resumed playing it next stream anyway. You know, of all the times that they say stuff like that, it's very rare. It's funny because B-Boy Cyclone says Persona 3. Actually, B-Boy Cyclone, you're correct. I would argue that was one of the few times I rage quit. There was Persona 3. There was Scarface, right? What else can you even mention?
Okay, I've had enough. It's enough.
As games that I got so frustrated at that I stopped playing. Maybe Final Fantasy 13-3, right? Maybe. And you're talking over a 15-year span. You could probably count on two hands the limitations of the games that I've rage quit. So how can you say It's a common meme that Phil rage quits games. It literally never happens. But this is, again, amongst negative shitheads, they just make narratives up. There's no substantiation for what they say. All they do is they take shit out of context and claim that it's a rage quit. Like, for example, that game that I played many years ago, I can't even remember what it was called at this point. A game where it was kind of like a ripoff of Attack on Titan, where you're constantly attacking giant ogres. The game was a piece of dog shit that I had gotten for free, and I decided to do a playthrough of it because there was nothing else going on at the time. And one day, after trying to fight this guy like 10 times, I kept dying, and I said, fuck this, I'm not going to play it. I give up for today, and I put the controller down, and I quit because the stream was over. And people made videos, oh, Phil rage quit the game. But I didn't. I continued to play it. I was one of the few content creators on this planet that actually played the game to the end. Because it was such a bad game, most people said, fuck this, we're not playing it anymore. I finished it. But people Phil rage quit it. That's factually untrue. Like, you lied to get clickbait views on YouTube. And they do this all the fucking time. They're losers. Okay?
Yeah, I'm a gamer!
So, that's what I mean, rage quit. So what ended up happening was after me calling people out and saying, I don't rage quit games, they changed to say, oh, he wage quits games. So what does that mean? Oh, I don't quit because I'm angry at the game and I can't beat it. I quit because I find it's not profitable for my streams. Okay? Now, first of all, even if this were true, what's wrong with that? There's major streamers out there, all they do is play a game for one session, they never play it again. They only play the game again if it happens to be interesting to their audience and or profitable. Like, they do this all the time. This is a common practice among people who do content like me and are full-time streamers or content creators. You try a variety of games. If you find a game you don't like, you drop it, you move on to another that you do, or your audience does. Why force your audience to watch something they don't like? Why force yourself to play something that you don't like? That doesn't even make sense. The criticism has no logical grounds, but again, they spin it like, well, he'll only play things that make him money. Well, number one, this is a business. This is my job. Do you go to work and do things that don't earn you a paycheck? Are you a fucking idiot? Yes. If you go to work and you do a bunch of things that don't earn you a paycheck, you are an idiot. You have job responsibilities. You have things you're supposed to do to make money, to pay your bills, to have a life. That's why you're at work. Do you understand? Now, in my case, my job also happens to be, excuse me, I smacked my mic. My job also happens to be my hobby. So I get to mix fun with a job. And that does put it into a different realm. Because a lot of people like to see me play things that I'm enjoying more. And a lot of people also can say, well, does he do it for the love of it? Of course I did. I certainly would not be here today if I didn't love what I did. I wouldn't be constantly listening to feedback, improving, changing, and doing tons of fun. You know what I'm saying? Are there cases where I certainly enjoy certain games more than others? Yes. Are there cases where I will continue playing a game simply because you guys like it more than me? Yes, absolutely that happens. Are there cases where I keep playing a game because I just particularly like it and I want to complete that game? Yes, that happens too. All those things happen. All right? But the whole wage quit criticism is not a criticism. It's called being a little bitch. It's called, oh, I just want to find a reason to be negative to Phil today. Literally, there is nothing wrong with playing a game, not enjoying it, and stopping playing it. Or playing a game, seeing it's not resonating with your audience when it's your job to entertain your audience, and deciding, I don't want to continue with it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's not even valid criticism to say that's wrong. You're a fucking moron. Those are the words spoken by an idiot who doesn't understand how to operate a business. Go ahead. Operate your own business. Do whatever the hell you want all day, every day, and you tell me how well you do.
Did I participate in Small Business Saturday? I am Small Business Saturday. I am a small business. So I am the small business on Small Business Saturday. I'm working. So I didn't spend any money on small businesses. I am the small business. You guys who contributed today, you contributed to Small Business Saturday.
You don't listen to any criticism. You don't listen to any feedback. You don't take in any kind of, responses from your audience. You don't have anything resonate. Instead, you just do whatever you want all day. And you tell me how quickly you make a living doing that. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, what are you talking about? Okay? So I see these... So the reason Signalus playthrough is bad is because the way he's playing the game. Despite the fact I'm not doing anything you're not supposed to do, I'm literally going through the game, reading the lore, but also trying to understand the puzzles. I'm doing everything the way you're supposed to play it. You know, I'm not raging constantly at it or shitting on it unfairly. I'm playing it literally exactly the same as other survival horror games, but it's my fault somehow. Sure. Oh, I hope you don't wage quit or rage quit like you always do. I've been making content for 15 years. I've got over 80,000 gameplay videos under my belt. I would guarantee you, out of the 80,000 videos I've put out, there's maybe 100 where I actually quit playing a game because of rage or because of disinterest from my audience. All right? It's probably 0.00001%. So I don't frequently do it. Doesn't matter how many times you repeat the meme, it's false. You're an idiot. And you go circle jerk yourselves on your own dumb fuck channels and stay the fuck out of my video comments. Which you are, because you're already removed from them.
Save the pig. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life.